What's up, YouTube? Okay, look, I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to jump into the room. I don't know if my notifications went out because I just went live kind of like instantly, right? Because I ain't got a whole lot of time to hang out with you guys. I would just want to touch base with you guys of what's going on. Okay. What's up, Cats, Nanny, Chase? Good to see you guys jumping in the chat. So, um, I'm on the road. Okay, so I'm on the hunt for this little girl, Charlotte, that's missing out of upstate New York. Okay, so I got up this morning, and of course, I heard the news that this little girl was missing. All right, so as soon as I got up, which I got up way too early for one. All right, I get up, I go get a rental, which they gave me a nice rental car. Finally, last time I got a rental, it was a damn clown car, but at least this time it's a decent car. Um, I rode a good ways, a few hours in, so I'm not quite all the way there yet. Okay, I'm right outside of probably somewhere near Delaware. Okay, so I got a good ride in the morning to get there, but I will be at the scene tomorrow for where she went missing. Now I do know they have it blocked off now. Only rescue people are allowed in, but I'm going to take y'all to the area. We're going to look around the area. We're going to drone over some of the stuff because, of course, I got my drone with me. We're going to ask some questions. We're going to look around and see what we can come up with for this little girl right here. All right. I don't have it saved on my computer, but like I said, she was at a campground with her parents riding a bike, and she was with her cousins. They were circling loop. I believe it was, loop A. Okay, they were in loop A, which is this is a map of the campground. Okay, they were in loop A. So apparently her cousins were riding around, and she wanted to go one more time by herself. And that's all it took. So her bike was found about 15 minutes later. Shortly after that, about 10 minutes after that, police 911 was called. I believe it was like a 20-minute response time, some quick. It was quick, pretty quick. So the police were out there pretty quick. Now, the fear of this is this is a busy camp area with people coming and going. You really don't have to show no ID or anything. So there's really no way to verify who was on this campground and who's not on this campground. Okay, so we're gonna go up there, like I said, take a little look, go down to the river. It's not far from a river. Okay, now my thinking is this, it was around checkout time where people would be leaving around shortly after 6 o'clock, still daytime, but getting evening. I believe somebody was leaving and they seen her maybe watch the girls for a little while. Um, Albany is 3 hours east of you. Cool. So I believe they watched the girls for a while because this whole area is wooded around these campsites. I did a little aerial of it on Google, and I believe somebody grabbed her and left. Now I don't believe she's probably at this campsite or in this area. Okay. If she was, they had bloodhounds, they had police, four-wheelers, helicopters, drones already out here. Okay. And this is right now, this is just 24 hours old. So she just went missing. So this one I didn't sleep on. I got up, got my ass out here. Like I said, I'm not all the way upstate New York. I ain't even hit New York yet. I didn't realize how tired I was when I started driving. I started getting sleepy instead of taking a chance of getting in an accident or anything like that. I just went ahead and stopped early. I was going to try to make it a few more hours, but I was like, I don't want to risk my life playing around driving tired. So I'm going to get some rest tonight. I'll get up about, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to head up out of here, right? I almost was just going to pull off and sleep because I didn't see, spending all this money to sleep for like 4 or 5 hours. But I'd rather spend that money than die. Okay. And the car I got is pretty big. I actually could have jumped in the back seat, probably went to sleep, but it is what it is. So I will be there depending on what time I sleep till in the morning. If I get up at 4, if I get up at 5, if I sleep to 7, um, I'll be there somewhere tomorrow afternoon. So we'll get a good look at it. We'll get to talk to some of the locals. We'll check out some of the people that on the registry that may be around this area, who could have been there type thing. We'll just ask around, share the picture and see if anybody's seen this little girl. And as I'm traveling, of course, I'm gonna be keeping my eyes out because you never know. If somebody snatched her from New York, she could be in Connecticut, she could be in Maine, she could be in Delaware, she could be in, so many New Jersey, New York, other parts of New York. So if you're in this general area, she ain't been gone long. So if somebody snatched her since yesterday, they can only travel so far in a day. Um, so it's no telling, but hopefully this is something contained locally and the police have a concept of what's going on. Now when they called off the people, just rescue people. Now I don't know if that's going to be the case tomorrow morning, maybe because they don't want people out there searching at night and things of that nature, unless you're a trained searcher, got all the equipment stuff you need in groups. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I did see the press conference today. They didn't release much information on what really what's going on. Now, I looked into the parents a little bit, because that's the first thing you got to do. The parents look like good people. Okay. They called the police really fast. They didn't leave the kid. They looked for it really fast and they reported it really fast. Now, that's something you would expect a normal parent to do. Uh, both of them have really good jobs. One of them works in the union. So this don't look like something that the parents would have done. Okay. I hate to say it, anytime somebody goes missing or a little kid gets hurt, we got to look at the parents absolutely first. Okay. I mean, I don't mean we go call them a million and say they did it, but we just take a look at them, see what kind of people they are, to get a little concept of what I'm walking into. And I just seen good people, tragic event, that's taking place. Um, Prayers for this family. Anytime there's a kid missing near waterways or anything like that, it's really, really scary. We know the last little boy that went missing near some water. We know what happened. I don't want to even go into that. Donna, just follow your gut instinct and be safe. Thank you so much, Donna. And I'm definitely going to be safe. That's why I stopped early and got the hotel. I was like, look, I probably could drive some more, but the lines were starting to get a little fuzzy to me. And I was just like, hell with this. And around this area I'm in, there's some crack hotels, and there was 1 rooms left. I was like, yes, because the hotels around here they look sketchy. This one's not bad. It's actually pretty nice, and it's clean inside and shit, right? But the other ones around here look sketch. Like they look like some Norman Bates shit. Like where you pull up to the door, and you kind of can go up to your door. I'm like, oh no, it's all in the cut, all dark. I'm like, not Dolly ain't dying today, right? You better give me some shit lit up with a name I can recognize. Uh, I wrote right about a Bates Hotel. Be safe. I'm gonna be safe, guys. I'm just joking around a little bit. Um, I'm gonna try to get to bed by like 11 and get me a good 5 hour power sleep because that's all I really need. If I sleep any more than that, I'll get tired. And then, like I said, I'm gonna get up first thing, load back up in the car, um, and we will be out there. If they allow us to search, we will be out there searching tomorrow afternoon. If they won't allow us to search, we'll search outside of their perimeter. You never know. We'll go looking around. Like I said, we'll look at some of these other people that's in the area that might not be so good people. We'll fly some drones. Um, and we'll see what we can see, right? We'll start talking to the locals and see if they've heard anything, seen anything. Um, they're saying, look, they're there also. Well, I mean, at this point, if that little girl is not in that park, okay, and people are visiting that park from all over the country because it's a state park, not good. A kid could be anywhere. But a lot of times, state parks, locals go to state parks, from that area. They're familiar with the parks. And for somebody to, kidnap a kid out of a park or abduct a kid out of a park, I think they're familiar with it. And I'm thinking if that's the case, then it's a local, okay, that might have just been at the park for the day, seen him, uh, and struck. Because usually people that are traveling with their families. Who goes camping alone? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't travel alone. I mean, I'm traveling alone, but I have a reason to. Um, but most people going to campsites and things of that nature, camping with their families. So you don't think somebody camping with their family is going to jump out and grab a little girl unless they're like, "Get that kid, Clyde." You know what I'm saying? Then you might get that, but I doubt that a whole family's going to take part in kidnapping a kid like you see in the movies. Um, so I think it's somebody that frequents that park that probably been out there, seen it, watching them kids, and waited for that perfect moment, and then grabbed that little kid and got the hell out of there. Because you wouldn't stay there. One, with the quick response time, they would have got caught. How far can you get in a park with helicopters, drones, police, bloodhounds? You know, not very far. So it makes me think that he's not there. Okay. But that don't mean that there's not stuff to cover up here, to press conferences, things like that. So I'm going to bring you some, some coverage from the scene up here. Um, I noticed there wasn't much going, on the internet. So I don't think we're going to pull up and there's going to be 37 YouTubers up here. Okay. Um, I do know when I got up this morning, it's just on the local news. I believe now it's starting to hit a little bit of national news. And that's good because the quicker this gets out, and I see a lot of true crime channels are picking it up. I seen Grizzlies True Crime was covering it. A whole bunch of people covering it today. Bullhorn Betty was covering it. I think even some of the hater channels were covering it today, which is good. That's important. It don't matter what channel you are, unless you ain't Cam and Alley. Okay. I know you guys may not know, but I see Cam went to jail. Somebody had sent me his mug shots and things like that. This ain't a stream about Cam, but this goes into, you know, the Summer Wells stuff, missing little girls. So I'm going to speak on it just for a second. Um, you can really see that Cam has been doing drugs. Okay. I don't, this ain't the shit talk nobody, same thing with BK. All right. These are people that are covering the Summer Wells case that have blatantly obvious addictions. Okay. And I ain't talking about to a little smoke. I'm talking about to a little in you up in the clink type shit. Right. So apparently, Cam has been charged with some type of child endangerment, child abuse, is from what I'm hearing. Now, instantly, this is one of these things right here where when you do something like this and it comes out, yeah, your true crime days are over. Okay, so I hate to say that about Cam and Allie, but their days of doing true crime on the YouTube streets, that's done. There ain't nobody on the planet gonna get behind this shit. And people love you, but you know what they also like to see? Your downfall. And I don't get that. I hate to see the fall of people. I much rather see people come up. Like, he has a problem and he cleans his life up and he gets his shit together. But it's bad to watch somebody deteriorate, right? Just kind of go downhill and quickly, Same thing with BK. And as soon as they get on these drugs, they start getting locked up, right? It's just almost instantly like, I don't know. It's not good. It don't look good for Cam. Now, as far as Allie, I don't know she may have some, true crime left in her, but Cam, you got some explaining to do, man. And you're into the look searching for kids thing, not so much searching, but the Summer Wells thing. I tend to search for everybody. I don't single one person, you know what I'm saying? It's whoever needs the help kind of thing the most is kind of where I tend to go. How was the bike found from not far? It was in the loop. Okay, let me show y'all this because I don't have everything where I can pull it up on the screen, but I have it old school. I got a file on it. Okay, on who everybody is. Hold on. Dolly does research. I got a PI at the house. Okay, she was in loop A. I don't know if y'all can see the arrow. Can you see the arrow? That's the loop. Let me move it over here. That's the loop right there. She was on that loop, okay, and she went to go around the loop the second time. Now you got to remember, there's a lot of campers out there. This is a busy area. It was a busy time of the day, okay. Right now, the police are still interviewing people, from what I heard earlier today. Allie's Cam's wife also got the same charge as him, PJ's World says. Okay, so yeah, they done. Look, when you charge with things abusing your kids and things of that nature, I hate to say it, we work in a sensitive area, right? Where I mean, I can understand you go to jail for some stupid shit, right? But you can't be going to jail for crimes against kids and then getting up in the true crime world and talking about kids. All right, now you can go talk about adults now, but the days of seeing you search for summer wells and trying to help kids, I think them days are done. I mean, right? How terrible, man. How terrible. I mean, I understand. Look, drugs is no excuse to put your hands on your fucking kids. Okay? If you want to go get all hied up, go somewhere else and get hied up. Go to a trap house with Queen. Okay? But don't go sit home, get high, and put your hands or do anything terrible to your kids. There's no coming back from that. There's a lot of shit talking and drama and crazy things you can do on the internet, and you can come back from it. You can make a little bounce back. Okay? You you ain't that's a lot worse than grabbing a damn bullhorn. Okay, let me tell you that. That's a lot worse than grabbing a damn bullhorn. I just I had to see what is said about it, but it really can't be much said about it because we've watched I ain't gonna say we, but I've watched Cam so high that he couldn't hold his head up, right? And the only person calling him out was Tiffany Marie. She's like, "You high as shit," right? And like, I understand people will love you on your internet channels. You guys love me, right? If I was up here like that, I would hope you guys would say something to me. All right. I don't do drugs like that, so you ain't never gotta fucking worry about that. I just smoke, right? Occasionally I'll drink a few beers, but it's very rare I do that. Right. So I would hope my people would stand up to me, right? Like a real friend is gonna tell you, hey dude, you fucked up. You need some fucking help. They ain't gonna be like, oh no, he's okay. Be quiet, Tiffany. Because like when Tiffany was telling me he was on drugs, like, I don't agree with Tiffany at all, right? And I think she's on drugs. But she said what needed to be said. Like, hey dude, you up here high as a damn kite. Like, if you gonna get high, man, stay off the internet. All right, until you sober up, then come on the internet. But when you up there just like and then somebody says, "Yo, man, you on drugs." And then he's like, "Alec, come tell these people I ain't on drugs. Come tell these people I ain't on drugs." That's when you know a motherfucker's on drugs. Okay. As soon as you got to go get your wife to vouch for you, you on drugs, bro. You know what I'm saying? You look, as soon as you started screaming for your wife, you look guilty as hell. But I mean, he didn't have to look guilty because you can tell when somebody's clearly under the influence. And I'm talking about like downers or whatever it is. I don't know if it's pills, the whatever you shoot. I don't know what he on. I know whatever he's on, he can hardly hold his head up, and so he ain't on nothing that no Colombian bam bam. Okay, he's on something bad. And when you get like that, sometimes it's better to get that mugshot and us be talking about you on the internet right here than you be dead. You know how many lives jail has saved, right? From drugs? Shit. Half the people in there are alive because of jail. Now, I don't like jail. I don't wish jail on nobody. But I tell you this, when you have bad drug addictions, the best place for your ass is jail. Because you ain't getting no drugs, you ain't getting nothing close to no drugs, and you're gonna have to come off of it the hard way. All right. And you're more likely when you do that to stay off of it. That's what I think. But usually people get right out, get right back on drugs. So look, just throw a little prayer out there for Cam that he gets his life together. He's gonna have to find something else on YouTube. You know, you can't be out there talking kids and shit. All right. Yes. I think he'll figure that out when he gets out because once he started getting thank you, PJ. You don't gotta give me all your money. I see just those stop signs up, okay? Um, but I'll send you some money later if you need it. I don't know. Um, you can see it in him, right? Just like BK lost. You've seen him look in the last 6 months, he's lost fucking 50 pounds and half his beard, right? So just say no. Just say no. I've had so many friends. uh die from that stuff. That's why y'all ain't gotta worry about Dolly mess. I done had all kind of friends die. So I don't want to die. I don't want to see Allie die, Cam die. I don't want to see nobody, even my enemies up here, you know? If you got a problem like that, reach out, get some help before you end up in jail or before you do something stupid like this dude and his wife and did something to their kids. Then you lose your kids, all that stuff, and then it's going to be years of once you get your stuff back together, years of trying to fight to get your kids back and things. If you can get your kids back, depending on what you've done, but it looks like y'all both been charged with felony charges. Um, wow, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I've seen the drugs, of course, but as far as being a bad parent or something, it's hard to judge how good a parent is off just seeing somebody on the internet, you know? So, wow, they're both on something. Maybe that's the case. I mean, I don't know. Usually, look, usually couples, I don't know. I mean, that ain't always the case. Like I smoke, PJ don't smoke. Neither one of us really drink, you know? So, um, I was gonna say, usually couples, if one does it, the other one does it. But shit, I'm in a relationship where that ain't the case. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't always the situation. Like maybe she's not using and just defending him. Maybe she's the crutch, or they're both using. Who knows? I know that they both in jail. That ain't good. That ain't good for nobody. That ain't good for them. That ain't good for their kids. That damn sure ain't good for their YouTube channel. But when he had started doing the drugs, his views dropped so bad. Like, because he used to do decent views. Cam and Allie, they used to do decent views and they had a lot of support, and everybody was like, oh man, y'all doing so great for Summer Wells. Y'all doing so great for Summer Wells. And then once that money started coming into him, when you got money, look, I preach this a lot. Some people can't have too much money. Like I just need enough money to do what I gotta do. Don't give me too much money. I'll be done bought a Ferrari and wrap that bitch around a tree. You know what I'm saying? So some people can't have it. If you have bad addictions, you can't have a pocket full of money, right? Because then that temptation comes back. It be that $20 bill in your pocket be like, let's go party, right? So that's why I'm saying sometimes you got too much. It ain't good for certain people. And that's why I knew BK was going to end up in trouble. And I ain't psychic. I just know the world that I live in. You give people with addictions a bunch of money, and you better get ready to get them back into rehab. Okay? Drugs are fucking terrible. And like Pookie said, it be calling me. It be calling me. And I understand it, right? I understand it. Like I quit smoking. That shit was hard as hell. Okay. I can imagine if I was trying to quit some real drugs, right? I had a hard time quitting smoking. I couldn't even get near the cigarette rack at 7-Eleven. I was like, let me walk past this real fast. And I mean, I wanted a cigarette for fucking 6 straight months. Like, man, I just wish I had a cigarette. Wish I had a cigarette. Now I don't crave cigarettes at all. But it was hard. I mean, that took some fucking willpower, right? I didn't know nicotine patches, and I had smoked straight for like 10 years. So, I can understand how hard some of the addictions, I guess, can be, but there's usually two places that leads to, and that is fucking jail and the graveyard, right? And he's in jail. Okay, thank God. I mean, that sucks to say because I don't wish jail on nobody, but I'd much rather see Cam in jail than Cam dead. And whatever he did to his kids is because he screwed up on drugs, right? We've seen him straight. He don't look like he's a bad person sober. So what's different? He's on drugs. So get him clean and maybe he can fix his life. But YouTube streets are going to give him hell. Okay. Um, you can believe this. If it was me, that shit, everybody would be talking about it. Everybody on the internet would be talking about it, making videos. Everything. Um, but my kid is grown, which is good. I did a good job. My job is pretty much complete. It's never complete. But as far as the little things, discipline and things of that nature, are done. I just hope that I molded my kid good enough that she makes the right decisions in life, right? And I think I have. So I don't have to worry about it because I ain't, I'm old. I ain't having no more kids. So, um, Yeah, just, if if you if you're gonna lose your temper like that, just get away, right? Send your kids to a sitter, send them to their grandma's, take a break. Sometimes everybody needs a break. Sometimes kids can drive you a little crazy. Okay. Maybe they got help, maybe they don't. Um, I don't know, but it don't sound good. Don't sound good. And this little girl missing in upstate New York don't sound good. Um, man, everybody tonight, make sure you say a little prayer for her because we're going on the second night she'd be gone. Okay, well, this is night one. Tomorrow, when I'm there, will be night two. A little girl in the woods, and it ain't good. Okay, that don't mean she's gone. She could be in these woods. And if somebody snatched her, we just gotta pray. Okay, if somebody snatched her, it's usually not good. Usually, people don't snatch you for good intentions. Usually snatch you for bad intentions. And let's just pray that ain't the case. Let's pray that somebody grabbed her and wanted a little girl and they're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and and she's not hurt. Now we remember that other little girl in Australia got kidnapped from the campground, and the dude that kidnapped her took her home, and she was only like 10 miles from the campground. And when they raided his house, he was dressing her up like a doll, and he was weirded out a little bit. He was collected dolls, and he had like grabbed her like a human doll. The little girl was okay, a little hungry, but she was okay. Let's just pray to God that if somebody did grab her, that it's something like that. That they're just like, they're not want to harm her, but they just are cuckoo as shit and don't realize they just grabbed somebody's fucking kid. Let's just pray to God it is something like that. Because anything else, leads down a really, really, really dark, dark path. And I rather keep positive and hope and prayer because I believe in that stuff. I believe in miracles. I believe in prayer, and it's not over until it's over. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see that. I know nobody out there wants to see that. And beautiful little girl, beautiful little girl. Um, you cannot take your eyes off your kids for 1 second, people. I know when people think, oh, it's a little kid. My kid is 9, 9. She's 5'1", 90 pounds. So she's not a small little girl. She's almost as big as me. Okay, I'm only 6 inches taller and only weigh her about 50, 60 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't a little tiny girl. Not a big girl. You would think she'd put up a little struggle, right? But you never know. You never know. Sometimes if somebody has a weapon, it's better just to, do what the fuck you're told and don't get hurt because you don't know in a situation like that, when somebody attacks you or something, what their intent is. Um, I just hope she's okay. I hope she's okay. And like I said, I'm gonna get out here and try to do my part to search. If they will allow us to search in the thing, we will be out there searching. Okay. I got all my boots, all my reflective gear, everything, all that type of stuff to be in the woods. GoPros, drones. So I got everything with me, battery packs, anything we'll need to keep the show on the road and get out there live and do our part. If they don't let us in, like I said, we still go out. We talk to the locals. We fly some drones around over the area, and that type of stuff. Hopefully, she's found before that. I wish she would. If I got right there and they said, "Oh, we found her," I'd be like, "Cool." And I turn right back around, and then I ride to damn New York City and hit me one of the dispensaries. Hey, I'd much rather it be that. Okay, I don't mind taking a ride for nothing. All right. I'd rather it be that. I'd rather get there and she be sitting there smiling with her parents and all them people happy. And then I'm like, oh, let me go back. I rode up here for nothing. I'd much rather it be that, And um, the last time I took a ride, now y'all know how that ended. That ended with that girl in that ditch. That was sad as shit. Okay, that was an emotional. Um, Everybody thinks of Quentin Simon. That was an emotional roller coaster too. But that stuff with that girl in Lynchburg, with her when I was out with her dad, it took put so much more emotion in it because I was with her family. And oh my God, that shit was it was so many ups and downs and turns and woods and creeks and They found a body, and the next thing you know, we got a dead. It's going. It was like, I came back from that. I was a little shook up from that one, and that was only one day, but everything happened. So everything was going like that, 100 miles an hour, and until the end, and that was fucking sad, And the dude, I still got to talk to the family and find out when his court is. I guess it's in a little bit of limbo right now, but um, I'm gonna keep y'all up on what happens with her husband. But I'm sure he's done. He had a lot of charges anyway to begin with. He was facing 10, 15 years in prison before he even killed his wife. So just a good thing in that one, and that was the Averill Hooks girl, is he didn't hurt the baby. He handed the baby over to the grandmother. Okay. Um, and then that's a good thing. But he had no clue. He didn't tell her where the girl was. Searchers were so close to her, right? When we were out there searching, and she was just right there around the corner, different things, and in the trunk of the vehicle. Real sad story, man. So hopefully this could end well. Like I said, I'd rather come up here and tell a happy ending story than the girl was found in a ditch. You know what I'm saying? Beat, unrecognizable, stabbed. That's that's hard. That's hard because by that point that they found her, I done knew her whole family. I done met her whole family. I'd been with them the whole day, and it like you'd be surprised how fast you get to know somebody walking through creeks and through weeds and sticker bushes. I mean, you just sit around talking the whole time for hours searching, and I felt I was just as crushed when they found that girl. I said, I think her family was. I just, I just, I was just hoping, right? Because I'm just a hopeful person, and that they didn't have much hope. All right, and I'm trying to keep them hopeful, while I'm there. But they were pretty doom and gloomy when I got there, and I mean, they knew, uh, much as it sucks, but they did. So, guys, I'm gonna get out of here so I can get me some sleep. You guys have been awesome. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. Like I don't stream and drive, so y'all don't get to see none of the riding. I may do something like, pull over, pull up a live stream, and just throw the phone on my seat and bring somebody up with me and let them read me your comments so I have somebody to talk to while I'm driving. Okay, so we might do something like that when I get up in the morning, because I can't look at the phone and drive at the same time, so I'll just set it in the seat and let somebody read the chat as I comment y'all back or something of that nature. If not, I'm just going to drive, and when I get there, I'll go live, of course, and show you what's going on, um, what the locals are talking about, if there's any answers, any clues, if anybody's seen anything, because this is just breaking. So right now we don't know of any vehicles to look out for. There's not like an APD on a white van or a blue truck or a camper. So we don't got none of that. And that's a little scary in itself, but everybody hasn't been interviewed. And the police, Dolly is in Delaware, Betty. Yeah, I pulled off. I got tired. So I couldn't make that ride straight. I'll finish it off tomorrow. We'll be out there tomorrow afternoon. Um, just tune in live. I'll give y'all the rundown of everything as it's coming out, the press conferences, blah, 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 and all that good stuff. And pray. Get your glasses, shake my head. I got them in my bag. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I got up so early, and I probably should have just waited to left till tomorrow. Honestly, I didn't realize I was so tired. As soon as I got on the road, as soon as I got on that big ass bridge, my eyes started getting heavy. I was like, oh my God. So I drove a ways, and now I'm going to sleep. I love you guys. I'll see you from upstate New York tomorrow. Okay, we put some miles on the road, okay? And it's that time of the year. This is the time of year that Dolly likes the weather. I don't mind going out and helping. Um, I got free time, thank God. That the stuff in Georgia is clearing up. Okay, I hope I got to make a payment on that, but that's clearing up, and hopefully I'll get out of that trouble, and that'll clear up my 2024 schedule because I didn't get this much done this year. as I really wanted to get done because of the legal issue in Georgia. I didn't plan on that shit stifling my whole year, but it did. So this year's almost up. It's already October. So 2024, we want to go in strong. All the legal stuff behind me, where I'm able to go anywhere in the country and help at any given time. So we're moving in that direction. So guys, I love you. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in, okay? Share it on your Facebook, all that good shit. All right, peace.